This is the first thing I'm using, my turbo nozzle. I'm gonna show you how it works. Fun. Alright, this is a 2005 Jeep TJ Unlimited, or also known as the LJ, and I am currently doing a bed lining with Monstaliner and a frame coating, undercoating, and inside the frame treatment with a rust encapsulator. So I removed the interior, as you can see, and then I went ahead and ground it all down. That's bare metal, all the shiny stuff. Ground it down real well and then power washed it. I used Citrus Shine to kind of activate all this first, and then I went ahead and used my grinding wheel and a few other items that I will show you. So I'll get back to that. For now, after I blew out the frame with compressed air, I went ahead and took my power washer, and I have this cool little tool that goes on the end, this little U right here, and I fit that into these holes here and blast down that way, and then that allows me to go ahead and so I flush everything one direction, and then it allows me to go ahead and fish the rust out of this hole here. So this is the pile that I pulled out of here. Not too bad. I'm still working on it though. So I have these magnets that I've been using to fish out all the rust, and this is the most important part. I've specified this in plenty of my videos, so I'll go ahead and give you an idea of what I'm talking about. And every time I go in, I'm pulling out particles like this. So it is imperative that you go ahead and blow it out with compressed air, magnets, a vacuum cleaner with a garden hose, and then put it up on the ramps in this direction. And next, I'll put these rear wheels up there and flush everything the other way and go ahead and fish out again. So I will touch base with our next video. As you can see, mine is up there. That's a 1997, and I'll show you some of the tools that I've been using. This is the frame before. There are no rot holes, lots of surface rust, but no rot holes. So here we are, flushing from the back to the front. The rear is up on ramps. Right now I have pressure washer flushing water down the frame rail. You can see how much came out of the gas tank. In the gas tank there, skid. You can see it all running down that way, and then I'll go retrieve everything with the magnet. Alright. Now I'm flushing everything back this way with that little attachment there. Alright, with my vacuum hooked up to a hose, now I'm going to finish up trying to grab the rest of everything that's in there. Okay, I'm getting ready to apply the internal frame coating, as well as do the undercoating with the Eastwood's external frame coating. Not really called that, but this is going in next. So do this before you do the frame coating, because this will come out green and it will kind of mess up your finish. I have prepped everything underneath, and I've masked almost the whole body. There's a couple areas where I didn't do the hood because well, I'm going to be painting from the inside of the hood to get some of the parts of the frame down in there. So here's a little trick you can do if you are kind of being lazy about your masking. Take something like this and you can basically douse your whole vehicle down with it. It'll put a coating on it, and then when you go to clean it off, or if you're gonna clay bar it, the clay bar will take it right off, and you know, it won't be as big of an ordeal as if you had nice clean fresh paint with no wax on it. So I'm gonna spray it down with this, and then I'm gonna wash it, clay it, buff it, and wax it anyway. So that'll take off any contaminants after that. So what I'll do here is I'm gonna take this hose, I'm gonna stick it inside the frame, and then I'll drag the can backwards as I'm spraying, and that'll coat the inside of the frame. All right, so the internal frame coating is finished, as well as the primer. So it goes on silver. It's a silver primer, and it'll be finished off with a satin black finish. So again, that's why you do the internal frame coating first. I don't know if you can see the green in there, because that drips all over the place. Oh, and make sure you put stuff down, or you'll end up with green spots all over the place. All right, so the silver primer is on. I am getting ready to spray it with the chassis black. I went ahead and covered up all of my holes in here because I am going to hit some of this with the sprayer with the chassis black and use that as my primer before the Monstaliner. I wiped everything down with acetone and a Scotch-Brite with a rag. There's the Scotch-Brite back there. I even put a little bit of fluid film in each one of these holes just in case any paint seeps through. That way I can still get my stuff threaded. And I will be using chassis black. All right, Monstaliner has been installed. The masking has been removed, and I'll give you a little peek here. I think it came out pretty nicely. I did go over these rails here. This has been sitting since last night. It was definitely a task to do. It was not easy, especially since here in New Jersey the humidity has been extremely high. So I was fighting humidity, and I you know, was trying to keep this stuff from drying and tacking up on me. But for the most part, I feel like I got a nice clean line here. And I'm glad it's over. It was not easy. The mixing process of the Monstaliner is intense. The fumes are intense. Trying to keep everything mixed and not skinning over is intense. They could have provided another paintbrush and a rolling pin, especially since you have to do 2 coats on this. I did follow the instruction or installation guide to a T, but again, I had humid, hot weather here, so it definitely made it more of a daunting task. But overall, I'm satisfied. Here she is. She's all finished. The very last thing that I did was I used the wool wax with this extension here, and it's kind of taken apart right now because everything's cleaned up. But anyway, it's the same thing as the fluid film. I'm sorry, as the chassis saver. Basically just feeding this in, and you're blasting away as you're pulling it out. And I actually went in and out a bunch of times and really coated it well in there. You can see it's got a nice greasy coating inside the frame, and I also did the outside of the frame as well, and that'll eventually knock down a little bit, so you won't have as much as of an obnoxious film on there, but it does make it shiny. But like I said, that'll eventually come down a little bit. Here's the inside after the Monstaliner, and the interior is reinstalled. And we'll put some floor mats back in to kind of protect it a little bit, and she'll be good to go.